make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer.
So it's on him. You know what I mean? It's on him. He knows that he's going to get this fade sooner or later. So it's only a matter of time. Obviously, we can't go down. You know, we can't go down to 135. So, you know, he would have to come up. And, you know, he can get this work anytime. He ready.
I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man.
Reports are swirling that Shakur Stevenson is lining up a massive showdown with Devin Haney at 140 pounds. What makes it even more interesting is that Shakur has reportedly agreed to rehydration terms, showing he's fully willing to meet the challenge head-on. And as always, his confidence hasn't wavered for a second. He believes his skill set is simply above everyone else in front of him.
All of these guys, if y'all want me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going?
On the other side, Devin Haney is making it clear this isn't just talk. Haney insists the fight is real, the negotiations are serious, and he wants Shakur locked in. His tone has been firm and determined, letting everyone know he's not ducking smoke, he's chasing it.
Or still at 135. You can't, you know, say your name without saying Shakur to your female tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
We're all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. Well, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said. It's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We try to make it happen.
Shakur, for his part, has dismissed any idea that he fears Haney. But he also hinted that Devin's camp could try to twist the narrative later, claiming Shakur is avoiding the bout if delays happen. In Shakur's mind, the truth is simple. He's ready, and he's not running from anybody.
Okay.
Devin Haney's probably, to me, I don't think it's hit this point yet, but I think in the next year or two, it'll hit a point where it's like the world is gonna demand, you know what I'm saying? I can see the trajectory feels like it could meet like that.
I would love this fight. But look, you gotta watch what you say with like, and this is not even Devin fault, because Devin is very respectful of my game, and I'm respectful of his game. He's a good fighter. But his fans will clip and twist and turn things into something that is not. So I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no.
Stevenson has repeatedly said he believes he operates on a completely different level. He doesn't see a fighter out there who can truly beat him, and he's also confident Devin doesn't possess the kind of power that could knock him out. To Shakur, this is a matchup where the advantage is entirely in his hands.
He's a fucking stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Yeah.
But it all gotta make sense from a business standpoint. I don't like getting up here and negotiating against myself. And,
for sure.
But for me, I'm willing to make the fight.
But do you see it as it being that could, you know, like we always said, the Four Kings, even though you wasn't a part of it, the whole plot was like at the end of the road, there's gonna be two guys left standing, and that's the big fight. Do you see that as that's potentially what that could be?
I'm a bad motherfucker.
Haney, though, is hungry for validation. He wants the biggest opponents possible, and facing someone like Shakur is exactly how he believes he can prove his greatness. Devin isn't chasing easy fights, he's chasing legacy.
Fights are not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then, you know, I'll defend my belts at 135. We'll just see, though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really...
Shakur, Bradley says, is entering a different era. The talent pool from 130 through 135 and beyond is wide open, and elite matchups are far more accessible. Names like Devin Haney, Lamont Roach, Ashaquith Foster, Gary Russell Jr., Dalton Smith, Brian Garcia, and others could all be on Shakur's path. Bradley's point is that Shakur not only has the ability to face these fighters, he has the chance to beat them consistently, build a legendary resume, and maybe even eclipse Crawford's influence when it's all said and done.
I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terrence Crawford. Listen up. Now, not in the stance of becoming 3-time undisputed and, you know, going up, you know, that many weight classes. Not from that standpoint. You know, he already has 4 weight classes. Crawford is a 5-weight division champion. But in a sense of having the opportunities that Crawford didn't have. You know, Crawford would have been even bigger than what he is if the politics didn't play into the sport at the time. And now that, you know, you have guys like Turki Al-Sheikh that are able to bridge that gap between promoters and, you know, make...
Tim Bradley added even more fuel to the conversation with a bold prediction. He believes Shakur Stevenson has the potential to surpass even Terrence Crawford historically. Bradley acknowledges Crawford is already boxing royalty, a 5-division champion, an all-time great, basically carved into the sport's Mount Rushmore. But he argues Shakur has something Crawford didn't: timing and opportunity. Bradley explains that Crawford's career was often stalled by boxing politics. If someone like Turki Al-Sheikh had been around back then, bridging promoter gaps, Crawford could have gotten mega fights against names like Thurman, Danny Garcia, Spence, or Yugas much earlier, elevating his profile even more.
And when Crawford was on his climb, you know, when Crawford couldn't get those big fights with like Thurman and Danny Garcia and Ugas, and, you know, he got it later with Sean Porter, but it was later. But imagine if Crawford was able to have that run and, you know, Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, Ugas, Keith Thurman, you know, the list goes on. If he would have had all those guys on his ledger, imagine how big Crawford would be. He would be even bigger than what he is today. You know, bigger than what he is today. So with that being said, you know, with these fighters hovering around 135, these talented fighters, hovering around 135, 130, you know, guys like, you know, Shakur Foster, like I mentioned, going to go up to 135. He's big enough to go.
Bill Haney has drawn a hard line as well, saying they're not coming down or waiting around. If anyone wants Devin, they need to step up to 140. The message is clear. The division belongs to them, and challengers have to meet them there.
But we must keep our composure and our patience and understand that it's part of the process when you're that good. You know what I mean? We can't say it any other way. You know, they're running out of narratives. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's what the people want to see. We don't never say, okay, you know, well, this guy has done something wrong or he did bad business. So, you know, we'll never do it. Obviously, you know, when we go through negotiations and we spend time in there, whether it's put something together for Richard Hitchinson, for him to come back later and to say, you know, yeah, I want that fight. Well, when we were trying to make the fight, we couldn't. You didn't want to negotiate. You went somewhere else. when we were negotiating with Shakur Stevenson. Instead of him negotiating with us, he said that he's going to go
become undisputed. Yet they didn't mention the franchise though, which directly impacted Devin's career early on, right? And it seemed like, I was saying this on my live earlier, you tell me what you think about this, but it seems to me like there's a lot of people that have tried to block y'all ambition, right? Between you signed to the wrong company, you know, Loma not taking the Devin fight, Tio not taking the Devin fight, Rolly saying he just don't want to fight Devin. Do you see that? Like, how do you see that? You know, as far as like, people know you're ambitious, they know you want to be unified, they know you want to be undisputed, so they put all these obstacles up and they make it hard for you to achieve what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely. I think it's been historic in the way that they...
Bernie the Boxer reacted to the Haney-Stevenson matchup by laying out what both men have already accomplished. Shakur is now a 4-division world champion, a 2-time lineal champion, and a 2-time Ring Magazine title holder. He's also been a unified champion at 130, and his win over Teofimo showed he can rise to the highest level.
After the fight, Conor Ben comes into the ring, they talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, you know, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, you know. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, you know, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. You know, he's been saying that. And now he came through victorious. You know, I think he really wants that money for that fight. He wants the money.
Haney, meanwhile, is a 3-division champion and was undisputed at one point. Bernie emphasized that if Shakur truly wants Devin, he should take the fight immediately, no hesitation, no waiting. Beating Haney in his prime would erase all excuses and earn Shakur maximum respect. According to Bernie, both fighters are elite, but defeating Devin at his best would stamp Shakur's legacy as one of the defining champions of this generation.
He fights accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. You know, so he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. You know, 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. You know, so he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, you know, and that was it. He was in his prime too, you know. Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140, not taken away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47, they were saying. You know, Lomachenko was a little older.
Of course, there's always an obstacle in boxing. But when you watch fighters at this level, it feels like outside of something shady, they're extremely hard to beat. And that's what makes the Haney-Stevenson back and forth so fascinating. Devin responds, Shakur responds, and you can feel that elite rivalry forming in real time. At one point, fans were calling this era the Four Kings 2.0. Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Gervonta Davis, mirroring the legendary group of Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, and Duran.
Are you going to concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial Four Kings. It was Devin, Ryan, Tio, and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. We had that Four King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to shit. He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Tio, overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
And that's why Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney is the fight everyone wants. Two elite technicians. Two fast, sharp minds. Every second would matter. Fans are already breaking down styles, debating outcomes, imagining the chess match that could unfold. Shakur's precision against Devin's speed and athleticism is the kind of clash that could define careers and produce one of the most unforgettable fights of this era. The energy around it is undeniable, and if it happens, boxing might be in for something special.
Fight that even remotely sparks my interest for Shakur Stevenson is this guy right here, Devin Haney. Look at them, they're the same size. Obviously, Devin's moved up to 147. Shakur demands a catch weight. We'll see if Devin goes for the bait, because I think Shakur Stevenson, there's no doubt about it, he has the skills to compete at 147 to be 5-weight division champion. I feel like that would be.
Shakur's dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez only strengthened that argument. Bozy Ennis highlighted how incredible it was, especially since Shakur was practically fighting with one hand. His jab, the most important punch in boxing, was laser sharp, controlling distance perfectly. Every move was calculated, every decision technical brilliance. Critics had questioned Shakur's resume, but against Lopez, he silenced doubters completely. Teofimo didn't look bad because he declined. He looked bad because he was in there with Shakur Stevenson.
I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because Tio's athletic, Tio's experienced, he's fought on a high level. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. Oh, right. He ain't fought nobody and this and that. Yeah. He made Tio look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did Tio go wrong in that fight?
Where he went wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time.
That's it for today's video. Stay locked in because the next chapter in boxing is heating up fast. Until next time.